Welcome, congregation, to this, the fourth lesson in the holy state of matrimony, the wedding experience. You have been lacking in my guidance for 2 weeks now, so my advice is to you to listen carefully to what I doth say. When a man and a woman are conjoined by the giving and receiving of a ring, those rings are a lasting token of their betrothal. For what I say unto you is a wedding video by professional video services will be far more interesting to look at. So, professional video services shall bless, preserve, and keep your memories from this day forth. The time is now upon us for a break. On our return, I shall be teaching unto you the lesson of setting up a wedding gift list. Congregation, all rise. Welcome back. Congregation, please be seated. Matrimonial bliss should begin on the day of the betrothal itself, but the path towards it is easier if the bride and groom receive the presents they want. My advice to thee is to go to BT's in Northampton, who shall arrange a gift list for you.
And it's a delightful carriage clock. Then you open your presents from Fred and Sue, your next door neighbour, and it's another delightful carriage clock. Sound familiar? If you're getting married, you don't really want two of the same of everything, and there is a very simple way to prevent this from happening.
You can never have too many carriage clocks, in my opinion. Well, that draws my fourth lesson to a close. For as much as a couple have consented together in holy wedlock, I pronounce that they listen to the advice from the wedding experience, and the matrimonial happiness shall be everlasting. I'm Reverend Black. Amen. Welcome again, congregation, to another wedding experience and myself, Reverend Black. When a man and a woman consent to be married, they shall enter the house of the Lord in their finest attire. In this series of valuable matrimonial lessons, we have already learnt about the bridal gowns. Well, now, it is time for the groom. When the Maker did create man, he did so in his own image, whilst he was wearing a suit from Thackeray's. All ye that intend to take the holy state of matrimony upon you, hear what Thackeray doth say as touching the duties of all the grooms to dress in their finest attire on the day of their betrothal. It is now time for a break, but, dearly beloved, I shall return to teach unto you one more lesson of marriage. Welcome back. When Eve and Adam were created, they had nothing but leaves to cover their embarrassment. However, had they only visited Jacaranda, Eve at least could have gone away in style.
Going away after a wedding is
Praise be to Jacaranda for making sure all new brides leave for their honeymoons in style. It is now time for me to leave also. Hark ye to the valuable lessons I have taught, and you shall now have reasons to rejoice on the day of your betrothal. I am Reverend Black. Amen. Good day, brethren, and welcome to the wedding experience with myself, Reverend Black. The program which gives us many tips for a smooth passage through one's wedding day. As well as being the most important step one doth make in one's lifetime, the wedding shall be a great spectacle. The beautiful bride in her gorgeous dress, the handsome groom with his best man and ushers, the parents and the guests, all in their finery, not to mention myself. A day which are to be worthy and remembered forever. And what better way to immortalise the event than with photography by Pixelero of Northampton. And blessed be the bride and groom, for they shall forever remember the greatest day of their lives. With a wedding album by Pixelero of Northampton. Congregation, all rise for the break. By the Sea of Galilee, Jesus performed one of his many miracles, feeding the congregation of 5,000 hungry followers with just 5 loaves and 5 fishes. When thou dost consider thine own wedding reception, however, you may indeed wonder how to tempt the palate of thine guests. The answer, I declare, is a delicious cake from Duston Village Bakery. A cake from Duston Village Bakery is indeed manna from heaven. Congregation all rise. Here endeth my lesson. I have been Reverend Black. Thank you.